Shalom, Ahchyam. It's Brother Karataza, GMS Orlando, GMS Florida. Alright, so I want to go into something today. Just want to talk to y'all brothers about something. And that's solitude, man. Alright, being solitary, right? Solace. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the etymology and we're gonna look that word up. So on the etymology dictionary, it tells you solitude is a noun. From mid-14th century, from Old French solitude, loneliness. From 14th century and directly from the Latin solitudinum, loneliness, a being alone, lonely place, desert, wilderness. From solus, alone, see soul, not common used in English until 17th century. All right, so here's another one. Solitudinarium, recluse, unsocial person, is recorded from 1690. All right, so that's solitude. And it's truth. You're gonna live in what people deem as a life of solitude, man. Okay, solace, man. All right, so we're gonna get John chapter 15, verse 16. It says, "Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you, and ordained you, that you should go and bring forth fruit, that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it you. These things I command you, that ye love one another." So the Yahweh Shah and the Most High chose us, man. If you're a brother out there and you believe in this word and you out there trying to do the work, or you're a believer, the Most High chose you, man. You know, Yahweh Shah chose us. We didn't choose Yahweh Shah. All right? You didn't choose this truth. It says, if the world hate you, this is wait, what scripture is this? It might be John 15 and 18, if I'm not mistaken, or some to that nature. But verse 18, if the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If ye were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. Now, when you come into this truth, right? This video is mainly for you younger brothers. When you come into this truth, everything gonna seem excellent. You know what I mean? You found something out that's good. You found a pearl. You found a gem. You know, you found something that's highly valuable in this world. And you're gonna try to go tell everybody about it. And guess what? Nobody gonna want to hear you, right? Because nobody gives a fuck. And frankly, the Most High didn't choose them. He chose you. So when you go tell people about this truth, they don't care about it, man. They're not gonna want to hear it because they don't have eyes to see and ears to hear it. Okay, the Most High didn't open their ears like He opened yours, so they're not gonna want to hear about it, man. But what they're gonna do is they're gonna start to hate you. All right, they're gonna start to speak ill of you, crazy, man. You know what I mean? Talk straight shit about you. It's gonna be your best friend. It's gonna be maybe even your girlfriend. It's gonna be your mom and your dad. It's gonna be your co-workers. It's gonna be everybody that knows what you're into, man. Because to them, it's strange. All right. It says that if the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If ye were of the world will love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you. Meaning that we live in a world, okay, was ruled by Babylon the Great, which is mainly America. American culture, European culture to be more exact, is flooded on the earth. It's taking hold over the whole earth. And that includes all of the traditions, whether it be marriage, okay, whether it be homosexuality, whether it be the philosophy such as evolutionism, whether it be your diet. You know, let's say you go to a vegan diet. That's strange. You know, oh man, you don't eat meat? Hey man, that's a cultural thing for for people to eat meat because they got it from the Europeans. They got it from Esau. They eat that bloody meat. You know, they feast on that meat all the time, man. So, you know, not saying nothing against you brothers that do eat meat, but my point in saying this is that they're going to think you're strange because you're not following the world and you're not following the customs of this world, okay? You're following the customs of the scriptures, all right, which the world doesn't indulge in. They don't believe in, all right? So the world is going to hate you. They're going to cast you out, all right? And the people, and when they said, when I'm referring to the world in the sense of when I'm speaking of the world, meaning the culture of this world, okay? America, Europeanism, all right, if that's even a word, all right? But they hated Yahushua. You know, Yahushua came, he came with this thing of this kingdom is about to come and the Most High going to destroy Rome and all the other kingdoms on the earth. He came to preach salvation to the to Israel. The Most High going to save you and put you in your kingdom. And the people was like, that shit is crazy. We don't want to hear that shit. Mainly the scribes and Pharisees. They didn't want to hear that. He's talking about the Most High going to destroy the kingdoms on this earth, and there's going to be wars and rumors of wars. And they was like, man, fuck that shit. We don't want to hear that. He was telling them, you know, it was being prophesied that he was supposed to, you know, go up on that cross and die for Israel's sins. And they was like, nigga, you think you the Most High? You equating yourself to the Most High? To them, that was strange. Even though they knew, I think it was Caiaphas, the high priest, they knew that Yahushua was supposed to die on that cross for the sins of Israel, that Israel may receive the kingdom and be taken up back to the Most High. All right, so the world gonna look at you strange, man. It's just a part of this thing. You have to be willing to sacrifice all of that if you love this truth and if you love the Most High. That's just a part of the cross that you gotta bear. All right, so it says, remember the word that I said unto you. So remember the word that I said unto you. The servant is not greater than his master, than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my sayings, they will also keep your sayings. They will keep yours also. What does that mean? Everything Yahushua said, they kept it and they tried to use it against him. They're going to do the same thing to you. But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. All right? That's pretty plain. Matthew 5:11. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my name's sake. And that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen to you, brothers. People are going to say crazy things about you because of for Yahweh's name's sake, for this truth name, for this truth. I mean, when I first came into this truth, you know, I had friends before I came into the truth. When I came into the truth, I lost all my friends, man. All right, they were telling people I was crazy, man. Oh, you heard about such and such, man? What is he talking about, man? He's fucking crazy, man. Y'all need to check on him. He crazy, man. You know what I mean? That's what happened, man. That's what's to be expected, man. You know what I mean? I lost all my friends, man. Still haven't talked to them to this day. All right? 1 second, Ahchyam. So, I lost all my friends, man. Now, the good thing about it is I lost all my friends in the world, but I gained brothers, man, in the truth. That's way more valuable than all those friends, them so-called friends I had, because they weren't really friends. You don't learn how to be a friend until you get into this truth. That's another thing. People in the world, they claim to be a friend, but they're not your friend. They don't know what the fuck a friend is, because amongst European culture, there's no such thing as a friend. They don't know what a friend is. They can't even define it. All right, there's no thing of friendship in the world. But in this truth, when you read the book of Sirach, it instructs you on how to be a friend, what you should do with your friends. So I gained all of that I lost in this truth. But I had to go through losing it. I had to go through the pain of losing it and being ridiculed and being cast off. And that's what I'm telling you you're going to have to do. Or you may be going through now. The other thing is your family. Oh man, your family gonna talk pure shit about you. Especially if you come from a Christian family. My family talk pure shit about me. They were saying that, oh, what are you doing? You out there saying this and you out there saying that, and you out there, you talking bad about women, and right, and what me and my brother at the time, what we had to do is we had to defend ourselves. Only thing we could do was quote scriptures. And every time what they told us was, yeah, every time we say something, y'all always gotta say a Bible scripture. But that's the only way that we could defend ourselves. And that's what we did. But my whole family came against me, man. It was a big old thing. You know what I mean? So that's a part of it. But you have to be willing to lose everything to gain your house shot, man. To gain the truth. To gain the Most High. This is Luke chapter 22. Luke chapter 6, verse 22. Blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you, and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake. Now, this is what's going to happen to you. And you should be happy, man, because it says that you're blessed. When they cast you off for this truth, man, not because you being an asshole and just talking shit and cursing everybody out just because, but because you're following this truth and they see that and they think it's crazy and weird and it's strange and it's not according to the customs of this world, being the European world view. But it's going to happen. So that brings us to solitude. All right, solace. All right, so you first coming in this truth, even throughout, you're going to be solid. You're going to be solitary, man. You're going to be by yourself, man. And you're going to have to be by yourself. Or you're going to have to get used to being by yourself. But you're not truly by yourself. The Most High is always with you. All right, this is Lamentations chapter 3, verse 25. The Lord is good unto them that wait for him, to the soul that seeketh him. It is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of the Lord. See that? Hope and quietly wait. All right, be quiet for the salvation of the Lord. It is good for a man that he bear the yoke in his youth, meaning this burden of this truth. He sitteth alone. See that? He sitteth alone, which is solitary. He sitteth alone and keepeth silence, because he hath borne it upon him. Meaning, you're in solitary. You're in solitude, man, because you had his truth on you, man. People don't want to be bothered with you because all you want to talk about is the truth. Or you may not even be a person like that. You may know how to turn it on and off. But people don't want to be around you because they spirit recognize that your spirit is a spirit of the Most High dealing with the truth. Or you just not into all of the shit that they into, all the sports and stuff like that. Well, you do have to get to a point where you can balance it, where you can still maintain and operate within the world, but not really loving the world. That's the point that I've gotten to. I can still talk to people and deal with people in the world, but I can't do it for long because it's just, I'm not into all of that shit that they into. I'm not into the sports and all of that shit. I can't really, you know what I mean? I can't really talk to people much. So a lot of times I'm just quiet, which I'm an introverted person anyways. But that's how it's going to be. You're going to sit alone and keep silence because you have borne it upon you. Born what? This truth. And the hardship of this truth. Your mind is different now. Verse 29. He putteth his mouth in the dust, if so be there may be hope. What does that mean? You're in a lower state, man. And basically, when you talk to these people, that's what they're going to hit dust coming out your mouth. Meaning that it's going to sound like pure confusion to them. To them, the truth is confusion. It don't make sense to them because they are still in the world. They still living according to these European standards. The European mind view, the European world view, that's what they're living according to. About marriage, don't let you say you want two women. Oh, they're going to tell you all type of shit. You know why? Because they're not going according to these scriptures. Their view of the world is not based on the scriptures. Don't tell them about the Most High, about Israel is going to rule the whole earth, and that the Most High is going to put these other nations into slavery. No, they don't want to hear that because their worldview is not of this truth. Their worldview is not on the scriptures. Their worldview is what they've been taught in church by the Europeans, which is that everybody can be saved and that God loves everybody regardless if you do good or evil. So when you talk to them, when you speak, it's going to sound like pure confusion. Now, over the process of time, like it says in Timothy, that your profiting may be known to all. It's going now, over time, people are going to understand that you're wise and that you're smart because they're going to see the profiting of the scriptures in your life if you apply the scriptures. That's the point where I've gotten to. And my family cast me off, but now every time sometime where somebody dies, something like that, they want me to come speak because they know that I know the scriptures. People I'm around my family and somebody try to talk to me about some Christianity, they be like, oh Lord, he about to tear their ass up because he's smart. You know, he wise, he know the Bible. You know what I mean? So, that's how it is. Verse 30, he giveth his cheek to him that smiteth him. He was filled full of reproach, meaning people are going to reproach you. People are going to disdain you and look down on you. You give your cheek to him that smiteth, talking about the world, the heathens. They fuck over us every day. Talking about 2/3 of Israel. Every time we go teach, they fuck over us. They don't listen. They want to fight us. They want to kill us. You're going to suffer some evils just because of your spirit. These people don't really know who you are. But in true honesty, everybody has a spirit. And spirits can recognize other spirits without the person really knowing. That's why you get you go around certain people and they just uncomfortable. They don't even know you. They're just uncomfortable with you, man. Because their spirit recognize that your spirit is of the Most High. Verse 31, for the Lord will not cast off forever. Meaning that though you being cast off, you won't be in this state forever. There's going to come a point where we're going to be, where it says the first shall be last and the last shall be first. There's going to be a point where we're going to be exalted. You know, I went through the scriptures the other day about with us being the crown of the Most High. Well, that's mainly the elect. It's all of Israel, but it's going to start with the elect. We're going to be the first fruits of the kingdom. All right, so you're going to be cast off now, and you should count it as a blessing, because your spirit just doesn't mesh with this world. And at some point, you'll find a balance, man. But for right now, that's just how it is. Every brother goes through this, man. So, with that, I'm Karatazar. I'm going to say, call all Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All praises Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Double honors to our elders. Our elders are great millstone. Peace and blessings to you brothers out there that's teaching the truth and sincerity. Peace and blessings to you brothers and you sisters that's watching and learning. May the Most High be with you at all times. May the Most High keep you. Shalom, Ahchyam, and Akwa.